Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, guys. I am so excited to be back. I missed last week and I missed you guys so much. So, this week we are going to be working on the Business Owners Bundle. I'm going to show you guys some tips and tricks for your small business where this bundle can come in a tremendous help. So, I'm super, super excited about it. So, as you guys are joining in, let me know where you guys are crafting from. How is the weather? I'm hearing some places, like I seen a comment yesterday that it was 109 in Arizona, and then I hear that it is freezing. So I definitely want to know how is the weather. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Just give it a second. Maybe. It's all right. We're going to just dive right in. So if you guys did not know, we are actually trying to work this live from a couple different locations. So I'm just going to proceed forward. Here we go. So we are going to be using the Business Owners Bundle. And like I said, I'm so excited for it. It is going to be perfect. That's okay. Hey, no problem, Brittany. So the girls are amazing. Huge shout out to Agata and Brittany. They are always killing these lives. You guys in the comments below, send them some love because they are always just absolutely giving us the best with these lives. And we are totally appreciative. All right. So with this bundle, I'm so excited because it is perfect from all over, whether you guys own an Airbnb and you guys are looking for some really cute printables, or whether you guys have a tumbler or t-shirt business, maybe making earrings, you guys are going to love this thing. So like I said, hello, hello. I'm so excited to be crafting with you guys today. So I want to go ahead and start off by letting you guys know that we're going to give away 15 plus credits. So these are perfect, especially if you are not a plus member. It's going to allow you to play around with our plus membership and be able to see what those plus credits are for, if you will. I can't even find a way to word that. But anyways, they are absolutely amazing to get your foot in the door and play around. You do not have to be a plus member to get access to those. And then also if you guys are a plus member, it's basically going to top you up in ads and extras. So all you have to do is use hashtag plus. So hashtag plus, I can see you guys now. Hello, everyone. Central California, Alabama. I can see you guys coming in now. I really felt like I was talking to myself for a minute when I can't see y'all's names. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello, hello from Florida, Maine. I see you guys. Yay. Okay. So hashtag plus in the comments below is going to get you guys a chance to win 15 plus credits. And I'm telling you guys all of the time, our plus membership crew is definitely killing it with these designs. You guys can find all sorts of stuff that it's also perfect if you guys are a small business, whether you're looking for, designs for t-shirts, or maybe you're looking for mock-ups or whatever it may be, because all of our designs do have a commercial license. So like I said, hello, hello, use that hashtag plus. So let me go ahead and share my screen here really quick. I'll go ahead and bring this up and we can start walking through this bundle and really checking it out. So I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen as well. So hopefully nothing happens while I make this full screen, but hopefully you guys can kind of see this a little better. So this is the Business Owners Bundle and it is almost $300 in value. You guys can get it for $19. Now remember that our bundles are time sensitive. They're only here for a certain amount of time. And then once they're gone forever. We don't bring them back. They are gone. So make sure you guys definitely snag them while you can. If not, you can still snag them later, but then the products inside are back to full price. So inside of here, we have crammed this thing full of goodies. I'm going to go ahead and zoom us in here nice and big. So that way, hopefully you guys can see everything. So we have some of these really fun printables. I'm going to show you everything that I've kind of cut out and that we're working with today here in just a second. But these are perfect to cut out. You could cut these with like a glittery cardstock if you wanted to make them sparkle, a holographic. These are perfect to add care instructions. So if you're making tumblers or t-shirts, it's going to be perfect to add to the packaging. Those little extras make customers come back over and over again. We've got some t-shirt ruler alignments, which I'm going to show you today. You could cut those with your Glowforge, or you can even cut them with cardstock, cut them out with your scissors, or even with print and cut using a Cricut or Silhouette. So now these are my favorites. So if you guys know that to teach it, you have to do it. So a while back, I had actually started an Etsy site just to kind of play around with it. So that way I could actually teach and know the inside scoop. And one of the things that I love doing is throwing in these thank you cards. They're perfect to allow it. it gives your information so people can follow you on Facebook and all those kind of things. So those are always fun. We have several different templates in here, which is perfect for your tumblers and Libby glasses. I will be showing you guys how to construct and put this box together for your earrings. Lots of different packaging from, if you guys are doing those, the glitter pins, we have the boxes there for you guys. We have some great printables for your small business alone. So maybe order sheets and all of that kind of stuff. I really love that. This one is a business and life planner mega bundle. So you guys could, inside of this thing, print your own and create your very own planner. These are perfect for your earrings. Once again, lots of t-shirt forms, taking orders and mugs. I'm actually going to click on this and make it a little bit bigger, just so we can kind of look at those. So you guys can see here, whenever you take those orders, it gives you all of that information here. We've got our mug orders, all of that stuff. So I really, really love these. I've always been a huge fan of these printables. It's a perfect thing to add into your business. Once again, lots of boxes. And then mockups. We do include several mockups, whether it's t-shirts. These mockups right here are perfect for your tumblers, keychains, all of the things. Now, we've got a few different stickers too. I'm going to show you those in just a second and also explain what I love to use them for, because they're perfect for throwing into your packaging, placing on your packaging, all of those fun things. So as you can see, there's several of those included. And then we even have some fonts and stuff too, which is perfect for building your website and all of that kind of stuff too. I really love this one too for those printables. They're really cute, so you can really personalize your own style. Mockups, like I said before. And then this one, I'm really excited. If you guys have a Glowforge, you guys can actually cut this stand out and create your very own earring holder. I really love that one. It's super, super cool. Now, this is the one I was talking about for the Airbnb. So if you guys have an Airbnb, it's really cool. It says welcome. It has the Wi-Fi information, house rules, and all of that. So it's a perfect template for that. I'm obsessed with that. So that was really, really cool. And once again, more and more mock-ups and all of the things. So this one is really cool too. This one right here is 300 plus course creator. So this right here is going to create the perfect, basically give you your own design and your own look when it comes to social media and all of that. So that's really cool as well. All right, so we're going to go ahead and drop this guy back down. And then I'm going to show you guys some of my stuff here, talk through that, and then we'll actually switch on over to Canva, where I can show you guys how to create a mock-up. So like I said, hello, as you guys are joining in here. And if we are ready, I think let's go ahead and give it a few more minutes. If you guys are ready for that first giveaway, you guys let me know. I want to see some love down below. So hit those hearts. And maybe since it is Christmas time, I definitely want to see those Santas and snowmen and all that. So show us the love. Let me know that you guys are ready for us to draw that first winner, and we'll do it. So let's go ahead and get that started. Now, like I was talking about a while ago, those rulers, I actually cut this one out using my Glowforge. So I used some acrylic here, but you could definitely use paper. I've actually have one that I use cardstock, just simple cardstock with my Cricut years ago that I still use as well. These are perfect for getting that perfect placement. Perfect. So that perfect placement, because when you have like a t-shirt business, you really want those to be absolutely perfect. And I love it because this will line up to your neck there, which I'll show you guys here in just a second, a little bit closer. And then we've got some packaging I'm going to kind of talk about, and then my stickers. I'm going to go ahead and drop that down below. And actually before, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and check our comments really quick. Let's see what we've got going on here. It looks like you guys are showing the love and you guys are ready. So let's go ahead. If we're ready, again, I will pull that up and we can go ahead and start our first giveaway. So let's go ahead and, we are ready. So here we go. So let's go ahead and hit that draw button there. Good luck to everybody. Once again, this is going to give you 15 plus credits. Once we're done with this live, you can reach out and let them know you're the winner, and they'll add it to your account. So good luck. Here we go. Congratulations, Diana Cushman. Thank you so much for watching us here on YouTube. All you simply have to do is reach out. Give me just a second. I think they will show I want to make sure I'm giving you guys the correct. There we go. It is mail@designbundles.net. So all you simply have to do is reach out, let them know that you are the winner of those plus credits. And like I said, they will add them to your account. And you do not have to be a plus member to use those. All right, so here we go. So let's go ahead Before we get started and really jump in here, I want to go ahead and announce our second giveaway, which is going to be this entire bundle. So we're going to give away to one lucky winner this entire bundle here. Like I said, is a $300 value. And all you simply have to do is use hashtag business. So hashtag business is going to get you a chance to win this entire bundle. So we're going to go ahead and let that roll for a while. So you guys definitely check that out. Also, if you guys do have any questions along the way, make sure you guys put them in all caps, and we'll do that when we get to Q&A here in just a bit. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and drop us down here really quick, and let's go ahead and walk through. All right, so using some of these supplies here. So we're going to be using our super cute t-shirt here. I actually did a video on this a while back, and if you guys are interested, I'm sure we can link you guys to this. So say, for example, we're going to make this t-shirt here. This ruler comes in handy. Hopefully you guys can see this. I think with that clear, it's kind of hard, but you guys can just line that up there. And that's going to help you guys get that perfect placement. So I actually kind of like to bring mine up and you guys can see that. Whenever I have something that has some wording like this, I don't really go off of this. I kind of go off this design and I'll bring it up just a little bit. So hopefully that makes some sense. So we're using our ruler here. We've made our t-shirt. So once we've made our t-shirt, what's next? So let me go ahead and pull back open my screen here, and I'm going to take you guys over to Canva. So what's really exciting about, and I'm going to go ahead and go full screen again, so hopefully nothing major happens here. So what's really exciting about this whole bundle, like I said, we're taking you through the process. We've made our t-shirt, we've used our ruler. Now we're going to come into Canva. Highly recommend just use the free version of this, and then you can simply bring in those mockups. So I brought in a couple here. So for example, let's click on this one right here. Now I can size these out to whatever I want to. So say, for example, if I was going to be posting this on Instagram, I could come up here to resize, and I can say I want this to be an Instagram post. So right now I just have an 8.5 by 11, and just for demo purposes, I'm going to go ahead and just zoom this guy out so you guys can kind of bring this up. So depending on what platform you guys are, maybe you're adding this to your website, maybe you guys, like I said, some of the social media channels and things like that, these mockups are perfect. Before I discovered mockups, you guys let me know, raise your hand. I thought that you just had to make the t-shirt. So if I was going to be selling it, I would have to make one of each of everything I'm making, take pictures and post it. But no, we have made it so easy for you guys. We have mockups. So we make these really amazing different kinds of mockups. You can even find from, different brands, Bella Canvas, Gildan, all of those things. And that way you can put them on your site without having to make it and waste materials until it's ordered. All right. So once we have our mockup here and ready to go, we're going to bring in our design. Now, when you bring in our designs, you know that we have SVGs, PNG versions, and all of that stuff. So what I've done is I've brought in the PNG just to show you. We don't really want to bring in the PNG because it's going to bring in that whole box. You could definitely come up here to edit image, and then you could go to remove background. So you can definitely do that. But I want to say that you have to have the paid version for that. So to avoid that, I'm actually going to go ahead. So you can see that it removed it, and now it looks perfect, right? But like I said, I think that's with the paid. Without the paid, I would bring in the SVG version, which does not have that white background. And then we're just going to size it. Now, when it comes to mockups, just a little tip from me, you're not going to think, so, okay, I wouldn't want to go by here and be like, well, the size that I'm making this is going to be 5 by 5. No, I want to make this as large as I can without making it just look crazy, because when you list these on your website, you want to make sure that people can see them. You want them to be nice, big, and bold and chunky, and don't just necessarily go off of the exact measurements that the t-shirt's going to be. So you want people to visually be able to see that. So that's how you're going to create that. And you can see, look how perfect that is. Amazing. So at that point, once you have it, you can just go to share. You're going to download it, and then you'll be able to upload that to, like I said, your website or social media or etc. And I didn't have to waste any material. I didn't have to waste HTV or any of those things. Once again, it's also perfect. You've seen our tumblers. Those are perfect for your sublimation and all of that stuff. All right, so let's say that we've created our mockup. Now we have it listed on our site. So let's go ahead and make a few things for the business, and then I'm going to show you guys how I would package it and do all of those. So we've listed it on the site. We're going to work a little bit in the background. So like I said, these stickers here, what I've done is I brought them all in here, and then I've just sized them out. I just kind of moved them around here, got them exactly where I want them to go. It doesn't have to be perfect because nobody's going to see this, because I'm going to do a die cut. I'm going to show you the difference between a die cut and a kiss cut. A die cut is going to cut all the way through, and I'm going to put those in my packaging. Now, if I was going to be putting them on like labels on the packaging, you may just want to do a kiss cut and peel them off the sheet. Once again, I'll show you all that in a minute. Once you, once again, have this designed out, what I like to do is when I go to download, I go to transparent background. So the transparent background removes that white. So then whenever I take it over to Cricut Design Space or Silhouette, whatever die cutting machine that you have, it's going to perfectly cut around instead of trying to have this big square. So I hope that makes sense. Super duper easy to use. And then it's the same thing. Let me go ahead and add one more page. If I was working with the ones that you would include the care instructions, if you will, I would do the same thing. Figure out how big you want these to be for your packaging and then just place several. So if I was going to do that, I would get several of these on here. I could cut them out by hand. So that's something to think about too. You don't have to have a die cutting machine for these. You can cut them out by hand, or I can save it, take it over to Cricut Design Space and have it cut it out. So that's how we would do that as well. So now let me go ahead. I think we are completely, I think I've done my mock-up. I think I've showed you guys all of this. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and drop my screen down below. There we go. Once again, we are still going with this. So make sure you guys are using that hashtag business. Hello, hello, everybody. So here we go. So we've got an order. We had it up on the site. Now we've had our order. We've made it with our ruler and all of the things. So I'm going to go ahead and drop you guys down so I can show you guys a few different things. So here we go with our stickers. So I wanted to show you, this is a die cut. All right. So if you cut them all the way through, this is a die cut. So these are perfect to throw into your packaging, which I'll show you in just a second, like I said. So they have, I'm going to show y'all really quick. You just got to kind of bend them over to get them started. All right. There you have it. You could print these on all sorts of different materials, from holographics to glossy and all of that stuff. So you're just gonna be able to kill them. So it's a nice sticker to throw into somebody's packaging. That's always really, really nice to have. Or if, once again, if I was wanting to put these on the packaging, I may want to do a kiss cut to where they stay on the page like this. And this is a holographic one. We did a video on this. If you guys want to check this out, I do believe it went out last week. So what I've done is, this is sticker paper. And then on the inside of these lines, I use this sparkly laminate here. Hopefully you guys can see that holographic laminate. I think you guys got a little piece of it there. I covered that there and it made these really fun. So this is a kiss cut. So whenever it pops off like this, right off of this is a kiss cut, and then you have a die cut. So lots of different things that you can do with these stickers here. All right, so we've got our fun stickers. So now let's go ahead and talk about these ones right here. Once again, these are those cutouts, and they're really cool because if you can get some, colored cardstock, or maybe you want to do some fun holographic cardstock, or even adding on this, once again, same thing. You could put some of this on top of your cardstock to make them nice and glittery if you want to spruce them up a bit, or simply print them out like this. So this is a really good size here. And I think these were around 3 inches. And these are perfect to just throw inside of your packaging. So for example, with these ones here, you may want to just open up. Once again, we have a video on all of these things here. You guys can definitely check out the channel here. I would definitely just kind of pop that right down in there, just like that. And that's how I would do something like that. Now, speaking of tumblers, really quickly, I wanted to point out, when you guys order your blanks, make sure when they come with packaging like this, especially I think even the Libby glasses, some of the coffee mugs, I know the Cricut does it, they come with these boxes, as well as, your plastic sleeves and all of that. Do not throw these out. You want to use these. Hopefully this is not too washed out. I was trying to make sure. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and pop you guys back up here just in case it is. So you want to use these for your packaging. So some people will ship, depending on how well this box is. Some people will ship like this. You just want to tape it really well. Or you may want to put this inside of another box. So don't toss these out when you guys order your blanks. They are perfect to save you guys cost. So it's part of what you're paying for when you purchase those blanks. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Now, say for example, I'm just going to show you guys really quick. I'll go ahead and drop y'all back down here. So let's say, filled with, this is so cute. So like with my box here, I know it's washed out a little bit, but it won't be once we move back over here. So on the box here, let's just say I was going to be shipping this out here. I may want to pop this onto my packaging just like that. How cute is that? Filled with Christmas cheer. So stinking cute. All right, so there were some of my tips whenever it comes to our tumblers and stuff. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and put together some packaging here for this t-shirt. And I'll talk about the packaging I like to order and how I like to do this. And then I'm going to show you guys some more little packaging. All right, so let's say we've got our t-shirt here. We're going to go ahead and fold it. You're going to fold it however you normally would. I think I bumped my camera. Let me fix that before I make you guys sick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fold this very carefully. Here we go. Perfect. All right, so you're going to fold this, how you're going to ship it. You want to make it really, really nice. And then what I like to do is get some tissue paper. You can grab tissue paper all over the place, whether it's locally or whether you guys order it online in bulk. I do like to order mine online in bulk. I do believe that I have linked you guys to some on Amazon. I really like to get some fun ones. So I've got some really fun leopard print here, as well as this coral pink here. So say, for example, I may double mine up. So we're going to start with our tissue paper. You may want to even go as far as adding in twine and all of that. Just make sure that you guys do the math on all of your materials, because all of those have to be factored in when you guys are selling something for your entire purchase. All right, so we're going to do this. And then I'm just going to go ahead, just for demo purposes, I'm going to leave it kind of folded like this. Oh my God, scare me to death. I think somebody's in the office next door. Oh my gosh. I'm telling y'all what, every time we go to do something, it scares me to death. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this just like so. And then keep on going. Like I said, you could add twine or whatever you would like. I'm going to go ahead and fold this. You want to make it nice and pretty. All right. So let me go ahead and come back over here. And I'm going to grab this one right here. And then I'm just going to use this. Once again, you could add some twine and all of that stuff. I know I've said that several times. All right, here we go. Now we are getting close for that second giveaway. So make sure, if you guys are excited about it and y'all are ready to draw for that giveaway, you guys are, like I said, give us some hearts, give us some love down below. Let us know that you guys are ready for that giveaway. So just like that, look at this. That's one of those stickers that's included in this business bundle. And it just makes it look so much better. Look at how cute that is. So with doubling this up, I'm going to bring you guys back up here really quick. So with doubling this up, it gives a little bit of that coral through this design here. So it is amazing. Now, something to keep in mind, with our designs. So I get a question all the time of, what is the POD? What is that? That is print on demand. So say, for example, that I want to take one of our really cool patterns and I want to put that on a tissue paper. I want to customize my bags, maybe I want to customize some tissue paper. You can then send that off to be printed, so that way you have some custom packaging and all that. So keep that in mind as well. But I really love the way that came out. And like I said, that sticker just makes it extra special. So I hope that was a good tip for you guys. Now, when it comes to my t-shirts, I'm going to drop y'all back down below. I like to use this size right here. And I'll actually measure this for you because I don't know offhand. All right, I see that love coming through. Like I said, we'll do a giveaway just a bit. All right, so with these, I want to say they come, so it's 12, I think, let's see, 10 by 12. So these are perfect for your t-shirts. So we're just going to go ahead and slip it on in there. Now, this is where we were talking about our instructions. So that was a t-shirt, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take my washing instructions here that we've got cut out with, we did a die cut with our Cricut. We're going to pop it in there. And then we're going to go ahead and I was going to say this at the same time. So this one says, thank you for shopping small this holiday season. So I'll add in a little sticker there. And then after that, we're simply going to go ahead and close it. Now, if you're not a fan of, uh-oh, I've already messed up. We're going to go ahead and sew this thing like this. Be careful when y'all guys open those. And there. Now, even on the packaging, we're going to go ahead and put handle with care. So we're going to add another sticker on the outside just to show you guys once again, you can use these stickers all over the place. So give me a second. I'm going to try to pop this guy off of here. So if you guys are somebody that doesn't like patterns and all of that, you could definitely go simple. You can do, there is white poly mailers. So definitely feel free to spruce them up. I'm extra. So I love the leopard print look and all of that. See that? Handle with care. And it just makes people feel a little bit more special whenever you guys do that. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to pop up here. If we are ready for that second giveaway, again, I will pop up the screen again. So let's go ahead and see if we are ready. And we are. Here we go. Good luck to everybody because this is going to be a chance for this entire bundle. I'm going to go ahead and hit draw there. And good luck to everybody. I'm so excited. Dun, 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 dun. And once again, you can reach out to Mel at Design Bundles. I'm going to go ahead. So it is JLo2401. Thank you so much for watching us here on YouTube. Congratulations, you have won this entire bundle packed full of goodies. It's over $300 value. So all you have to do is reach out to Mel at designbundles.net. Let them know that you are the lucky winner, and they will add it to your account as soon as possible. All right, how exciting. All right, so here we go. So do you guys want us to give away that bundle again? So if you guys want us to give away that bundle again, raise your hands. I want to see the little hands. You can definitely give me a thumbs up. So if you guys want to do that bundle again, let me see what you got. So I'm going to let y'all guys go for just a second. Congratulations. Yes, definitely. So as you guys can see here, that packaging is adorable. Now, when it comes to these poly mailers, you can get them in all sorts of sizes and all sorts of different designs. So this one has pineapples here, and then even really, really big ones here. This one's one of my favorites. It's like empowered women. It's really, really cool. And it has all these really cool like quotes and stuff all over it. These are perfect for your sweatshirts. They're going to fit them really nice. Or if you were going to be sending off several t-shirts and all that stuff. So these are really, really nice. Now, I see those hands coming in. Dun, 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 dun. I see those hands. All right. So we're just going to give it away again. We're switching it up this time. Use hashtag bundle. So you guys can definitely put it down below, hashtag bundle, for a second chance to win this entire bundle. And we'll draw that winner at the very end. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Once again, if you guys have any questions, we're going to do Q&A here in just a minute. So make sure you put those in all caps. It really helps us find those. All right, so go ahead and proceeding on. When it comes to hats, there is some boxes that I love to purchase off of Amazon. I need to go back and link those for you guys. I totally forgot. But when it comes to the hats, what I like to do is there is hat boxes, like I said, that are about like this. I like to take some of that tissue paper and get it down at the bottom and maybe get a little bit at the top. There's also plastic sleeves that you can get to pop these in there to protect them. So maybe that is your business there. All sorts of different fun things, right? So let's go ahead and put together. So let me go ahead and drop you guys down below. I want to show you guys some of you guys can see that pineapples. Isn't that so cute? Y'all let me know down below. Are y'all extra or would you guys have a white poly mailer? I need to know. All right. Oh, also, I forgot. Let me pop back up. Speaking of, so let's say, for example, I've made the t-shirt, used my ruler to measure that out. I have put in the stickers. I put in the care cards, all of that stuff. I've wrapped it up. It's ready to go. What I recommend is the Dymo. I never talk about it here. This I have had for years. So this is perfect for printing out those labels for you. So all you simply have to do is send it over to this. So instead of choosing like my Canon or whatever, I would choose this guy and it'll print it out for you. It is amazing. And so when we're done, I'll try to link this guy back to Amazon for you guys, but it is my favorite. I think it's the Core XL. So easy to swap those guys out. You just simply pop it open like this, add your roll, and they do last you a long time. So I do recommend that. When you start a small business, if you're making t-shirts, earrings, or all of those things, some print and cut stuff, some stickers, get yourself a die cutter. And you may be a fan of like the silhouette. So I have the silhouette back here. You may be a fan of the Cricut. So definitely do your homework, different softwares. And then whenever it comes to my favorite printer for print and cut. So once again, maybe you have a business where you're selling the Airbnb. So maybe you're printing those and shipping those out to people, because you can do that. As long as it is a finished product, you can definitely do that with our commercial license. So say, for example, I was selling the Airbnb, or maybe I'm doing some stickers, get yourself a really nice inkjet printer. I love this Canon one. It's super affordable and easy to get yourself into. And they are on sale for like $49 at Walmart right now. So that's another little tip from me there. Okay, so we've done that. Let me go ahead and drop y'all down below because I want to show y'all putting together one of our boxes. So this is a really fun box here. Now I want you guys to keep in mind when it comes to boxes like this, when you bring it into Cricut Design Space, sometimes those score lines have been turned into a cut line. Cricut has done this recently, so whenever you upload an image, it will change it to a cut. All you simply need to do is, if you see a hash line, like the little hash slashes, you just want to definitely click that and make sure you change it over to a score line so you can use your score pen. So here's my 3 pieces here. And it's so simple. I've used my score pen. It's cut out what it needs to. And you're simply just going to fold those spots there. This is the little earring box. Perfect for making for your business so you don't have to go out. So one day, maybe you're just making boxes for your business so you could stock up and have those ready to go. Or maybe you do them as people order. So you're just going to fold all of your pieces like that. And then I would definitely use a tape runner. I didn't have mine today, so we're going to show gluing this. So I'm going to use a little Tombow. You guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, it's my absolute favorite, and it dries pretty quickly. So we're going to go ahead and start working on this now. All right, here we go. And while I am gluing this box together, we could probably answer a few questions. So I'll bring you guys back up while I glue this. So all I'm simply doing is these pieces are going to go on the inside, right? So we're just going to glue those down. And this is just craft paper. All right, let's see here if we can get a couple questions. Can anyone tell me a good sublimation printer to get that won't kill the bang? Now, I know a lot of you got it's scary, right? So the Sawgrass, I think, is like $600 right out the bank, where you can get an Epson for around usually 180 to 200 bucks. It's definitely a way to get yourself to get your foot in the door. Let's see here. And you definitely want the Echo tank. Can we use this on the silhouette? Yes, you can. So all of these files that we are showing you, you can definitely use on your silhouette. And I know I forget to give love to the Brother all the time. I get so much. Let me tell you guys, the Brother Scan and Cut is good, like especially for the stickers. They are perfect to load those guys up there, and then it cuts them out for you guys. So I forget to mention that all the time too. I know there's a lot of you guys that have the Brother. All right, let's see here. Do we have anything else? For the t-shirt printing, which is the budget-friendly heat press you will recommend? Now, if you're going to go straight for a big one, so like this is a 15 by 15, I recommend the Stahl's A to Z. They are well known for in the industry, and they've made a craft one available for us. It's amazing. I love it. I love a swing away compared to a clamshell. So I do recommend that. And if you want to, just getting yourself a Cricut Easy Press. Get started with, if you can only afford the 9x9, you may have to press it twice, and that's okay too. But to speed up production, you may want to go with a bigger one. Let's see here. Where do you get your t-shirts from? Any recommendations? I always recommend Clothing Shop Online. It's just where I've been purchasing for years. You can go to Jiffy. I want to say there is one more. I'm trying to think. I think T-Shirt Space, a lot of people, but for me personally, it's Clothing Shop Online. They usually have a promo code, and they usually have some pretty good sales. But like I said, shipping has been really good. Now, during the pandemic, it was a little bit slow, so I switched to Jiffy for a little bit, so I got familiar with them. But I do like to purchase there. Now, with Clothing Shop Online, if you purchase like more than one, obviously, like for me, if it's a business, you would purchase a ton, and that's what I even do. They even get cheaper the more you purchase. So when I started, like I said, doing the test to see how you would sell stuff, how the orders come in, I went in, I ordered a ton, which definitely pre-pandemic when the prices weren't so crazy. And I ordered a ton. I saved a ton of money. So it's definitely a good idea. Let's see here. For t-shirt printing, let's see here. Let's give it just a second. I've almost got this too, by the way, guys. So we'll go ahead. I'll come back to the questions in just a minute. Let me go ahead and wrap this up because we are almost there. This is the cutest box, y'all. Now, keep in mind, I could do a glitter box if I wanted to. I could do with Christmas coming up. We could do reds. We could do purples for somebody's birthday. So you could spruce these up or down. Now, with this file, it comes with a necklace holder. So this one has the earring holder to it, but it does come with one for the necklace as well. So you look at this box. Is this not really cool? So we can help you guys make your own packaging. So we've created our box there. So with these here, what I like to do, you can either just insert this piece. It just sets right down in there. If you want it to pop up just a little bit, sometimes I even like to spruce in. You could put some of a really great thing to keep on hand is one of those paper shredders. That's a good thing for a business too. take some shredded paper and pop it down. Obviously, you wouldn't want to use something that has writing on it, but like colored paper would be really pretty too to put in there. And then that just kind of helps bring this up to the surface and makes it even more extra. Now, before we put that on there, I'm going to show you the earrings. So these are some earrings we've actually made in another video. You guys have probably seen me wear them a few times in some videos. So all you simply have to do is pop those in there just like that. Look at how stinking cute this is. All right. Here we go. Perfect. Look at this. So cute. So now we're going to pop these guys down in here. There we go. And then just like that, how stinking cute. So I'm going to go ahead and pop our lid on here. Give me just a second to push your corners in. There we go. And there we have it. How precious is this? So we have made our very own boxes. So craft paper, super cheap, especially whenever, say, for example, Michael's has a sale, Hobby Lobby, you could really stock up on your paper. Once again, take a day to really just cut out and make all of your boxes, or you could do them, like I said, as orders come in. So depending on how the speed of that is. Now, once again, let's go back to our stickers here. So maybe Christmas magic inside would be really cute. I was thinking special delivery would be adorable on this one as well. Well, I've already used that one. Season greetings. Let's do the Christmas magic inside. And before I do that, if y'all give me 2 seconds, y'all know how baby wipes in the craft room. Y'all are missing out. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe my hands from all that glue stuff. So I love keeping these in the craft space to help clean up our hands. There we go. Perfect. Now we can go in here and we're going to peel this guy. So once again, we're using stickers again, and we're going to pop that inside. There we go. How precious. You guys may be able to hear a motorcycle passing by. I don't know. May or may not. How cute is this? This box is so stinking cute. And now we have personalized, but maybe you want to add your logo on these boxes. So you can definitely do that. And with our fonts, that's something else you could do. You could definitely create your very own look and all of that stuff. So maybe I want to create my own little logo here to go on top, or even just creating something like this, or even doing like the really fun holographics would have been really cute too. So that's just to show you guys how to make those boxes. And you see how easy that came together. Now, a tape runner would go a whole lot faster for you, especially if you are making a ton of these. A tape runner, I mean, all day long, you guys would be able to just pop these out. Now, this is just one of the boxes I showed you guys before. There is the ones for the ornaments and all of that stuff. And see, I have baby wipes. Kids, let's see, will take them from me. So now I buy alcohol ones and they leave them there. Hey, that's pretty smart. Now, these ones I had actually, you guys know that I went on that glamping trip. It was amazing. We had a great time. I'd actually purchased these ones. These ones are like hand and face wipes. That way, if we needed our hands, which it had a sink. So I don't know what I was thinking. Listen, I'm a newbie for camping stuff. All right. So I think that was pretty much covering all of this stuff. Let's go and see. Let's go ahead and get ready for Q&A. All right, so let's see what we got here. And if you guys need me to go back and show you guys some more stuff out of the bundle, we could definitely do that. So let's see what we've got here. Are you using printable vinyl or sticker paper? So I'm actually using label paper. So a tip for me, and we usually do link this for you guys anytime I make stickers. I purchase label paper because it is basically sticker paper. All right. So they're going to label it all sorts of fun things, but it's label paper, and you can get like 500 sheets for like 20 or 30 bucks. And that's what I've done. And I've had that thing forever. Once again, if I want to spruce it up or spruce it down, then buy yourself some sort of laminates. You could get clear laminate. You could get holographic laminate. And all you're simply going to do is take your paper trimmer, trim it down, and you'll put it on the inside before you cut it. And that's going to allow you to spruce it up or spruce it down. Let's see here. What else do we have? I love the stickers. And have included them, but some customers don't realize they are stickers. Any advice? So, well, maybe if you're going to put them inside of there, you could always put a little note with like a Sharpie on the back that says a little sticker for you or something like that. Just put a cute little note on the back would be really, really cute. Let's see here. What would you what would you use to ship mugs and ornaments that don't come with boxes? So there is actually, we do have the boxes. So what I would do is if you're going to use our boxes, I would place them into another little box. You can definitely, there's places like, I think it's called U-Ship. There's places like that where you can order all sorts of different size of packaging. Once we're done with this video, I'm going to try to go back this evening and really try to find some good boxes for you guys. So when it comes to mugs, you definitely want to keep that box tight. So that's a key. You don't want a box to where that mug can move around. That's how it gets broke. You definitely want to find a mug box that fits them nice and snug. And then you definitely want to get yourself some bubble wrap. It's really good to always put a piece of bubble wrap or even a piece of plastic over that. And that's just a way to do it really safely. Another thing is to include some peanuts. So if it is a bigger box, you could put some peanuts in there, then put your mugs, put some more peanuts. Let's see here. What else do we have? What's the best platform to sell on? I haven't tried them all, so honestly, I can't answer that, but there is a ton of them from, Etsy, Shopify. Even I will say, honestly, I think the biggest ones right now is like Instagram, selling on Instagram and Facebook, the marketplaces. I think those are really big right now as well. Let's see here. What else do we have? What did you make the boxes out of? So this box is actually made out of craft paper. So it is 65 pounds. It is that same Nina that I recommend to you guys. Once again, I'll link it. You could grab it on Amazon, Target. It's $6.99 for an entire pack. Now, if I was going to be making these, I would buy all craft colored. So I'd buy a cardstock pack. But basically, this is just cardstock. Let's see here. Question, what's the Canon printer again? So this Canon printer is an inkjet printer. This is what I use for all of my print and cut. So if you are using the new Caesar DTV, that printable vinyl, you could use an inkjet printer. Your stickers, like I said, all of your packaging pieces you can print out of this thing, a lot of print and cut. And then for my sublimation, I do use the Sawgrass SG500 and 1000. Let's see here. Got any tips for pricing? Now, back to the printer. When I'm done, I'll also go back and link the one that I have purchased as well. Got any tips for pricing? So the best thing is I recommend to look and see what everybody else. So whenever I go to price, I look and see what everybody else is. I go to the best sellers and I see what is their price. Now, keep in mind, when you first start out, your work may not be like I've grown a lot from when I started with things. So you may start out a little bit, but price yours just like theirs, but have yours on sale. So say, for example, we're going to list our shirt for $19.99, but I'm just starting out. I'm just getting my name out there. I'm going to start a sale for 10% off. Whatever you have, so when you list something, that's where a little marketing tip is. Mark it up. So if I'm going to mark mine down 10%, then you need to mark it up 10% so you can bring it down 10%. Does that make sense? So take a look and see what everybody else is doing. I've even one time with the Libby glasses, I went to a local flea market. So you could, if you're going to do local, go around to several different places. And I seen those things for like $30 and I would have never guessed that. I would have thought that they were, $15 or something. So always take a look around and see what your competitors are doing. Let's see here. If you get an Echo tank for sublimation, is it as simple as just putting sublimation ink, or is it more involved, the transition? Now, it can be easy, but there's just a few things with it. So when, say, for example, you get an Epson and you're going to convert it, do not, so it has the ink that actually goes to it. Don't toss that out. Sell it on the marketplace, give it away. Don't put that in there. You're going to put another ink. There's lots of different brands out there on the market. So you want to invest and figure out which one's best, because once you put it in there, it's in there. You're going to load your sublimation inks and it's ready. Start printing with it. Now, the difference between a Sawgrass and an Epson is the Sawgrass has a print manager, so it can control how much ink comes out for a t-shirt compared to a mug. And then it can also adjust those colors as needed for that. Let's see here. If you sell at a craft show, do you need a license? Now, I can't really answer that because it does depend on your area. And I cannot think of the name, but say, for example, even here to have a yard sale, you have to have a permit. So you could find out locally down at your courthouse if you have to have a license for that. So some places you need a license and some places you don't, just depending. Let's see here. Best sublimation printer in your opinion. Hands down, the Sawgrass, unless something else comes out in the world in the next 5 years. Right now, it is a Sawgrass SG 500. I started out with it back in 2016, and the girl is still with me. So I've not had any issues. She cleans herself all of the time. She does her own thing, and it's just amazing. So I always just recommend going straight for it, but you definitely can. If you want to be budget friendly and you can't afford to go straight there, you could start out with an Epson Echo Tank. And when the pandemic was crazy and you couldn't find them, I actually found mine at Target, and it may have been on sale for $150 at the time. So always check in there, places like that locally and stuff. But don't pay more than what you need to. If you're going to end up paying $500 for an Epson because they're out of, make sure you go straight for that Sawgrass. Let's see here. Love the tumbler press. Where can I get one? So the tumbler press, the one I'm using is from Heat Press Nation. It is their signature series. Now they just came out with a craft one for us. So I think it's white, but you can get them in mint and you can get them in pink to match their presses. But I absolutely love the one from Heat Press Nation. Let's see here. Is there a way to turn a print and cut to an SVG? Yes, there is. So all you would simply have to do is remove your background, and then it's simply going to be an SVG. Let's see here. What else do we have? Is there a label paper for the inkjet paper? So a label, is there a label paper for the inkjet printer? Oh, to print out the labels. Yes. So say, for example, this is label paper. So you can do a 2-for-1, the ones that I use for the stickers, and you can actually print 2 on each one and then cut it if you wanted to as well. Another thing you can do if you're a small business just starting out, you could definitely print those on paper, tape them on. There's lots of different options. You could take the QR code to the post office and they'll print them out for you. So there is a lot of options. Let's see here. What setting on the Cricut do you use for a kiss cut? Cricut has changed them all the time. We do have tutorials here on the channel. So I've used a wide variety whenever it comes to my kiss cut. Now this one right here, we just did a video on it. I can't 100% think off my head, but like I said, that video we do have, maybe they can link it down below. If not, this literally came out last week. But because I did put this on top, I used a different setting. But usually there was a sticky note setting that I like to use. It was sticky note paper. There was a washi tape paper setting that I liked. Now, when it comes to a kiss cut, because this was a question I'd just seen yesterday, was, what do I do? Simply, if you're struggling, turn that thing to a medium cardstock and boom, it's going to cut it right out for you, I promise. All right, let's see here. What is the best way to market crafts-made items? There is a lot. If we definitely want to get into another video on those and like a lot of those selling type tips with the marketing, we could definitely do that. One tip that I'm going to give you guys right now today, do not be afraid to tell your friends and family. Don't be embarrassed to tell your friends and family. Don't be embarrassed to post it on your social media because you've started a thing. Don't be afraid. Also, don't be afraid to tell your friends and family, no, they cannot have it for free. You definitely want to put a price tag. My biggest problem whenever I do have it, I will always be like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But you definitely need to make sure you're charging, even if it's half price. You have to build that reputation so that way your friends and your family is going to tell, because that's your first people, right? Your friends and your family. So when I first started out, even with being on social media, I didn't even tell any of my friends and family because I was embarrassed about it. But that's how you're going to grow. You need those people, your first front people, to share it for you. And then there's lots of different marketing ways that you can do. There's paid marketing and a lot of organic. One of the biggest tips I can tell you is to use Pinterest. Pinterest is your friend. And so definitely post those things over on Pinterest. I met a girl, just story time. There is actually a girl locally that owns a boutique, but online, she actually sells stuff with her Glowforge. So she uses our stuff. She has it with Glowforge, and she blew up using Pinterest to promote those items. And so she has a really nice online business as well. So just little tips for me. Let's see here. So the 110 pound would not, yes, you can definitely use 110 pound. So remember, the thicker, the heavier the weight, the better the box. So if I'm really wanting that box to protect, now the 65 is really good, but 110 is going to be even better. So you can definitely use that as well. Let's see here. What else do we have? Do the Canon printers have separate ink cartridges for the colors? They don't. Now this Canon, just not to confuse you, this is not sublimation. This is inkjet. This is what I use for all my stickers and stuff. This one uses 2 cartridges. It has one for the black and one for the color, which I may even have right here. So for this one, don't look at that junk drawer, y'all. Okay, so for this one, it comes with 2 like this. So you have a black and you have a color. And so that's how those operate. But what I like to do is there's these memberships too for the printers nowadays to where you can pay like $2 a month or whatever. And you have like unlimited access and then they send you ink when you need them. So that's something to think about too. Let's see here. What's the black device you're resting your arm on? This right here is a label printer. So if you have a small business and you're going to be printing a ton of labels, the label printer that I recommend and that I have been using is the Dymo 4XL. So this is going to print out all of those labels that you're going to then put on your packaging with all that shipping information. There we go. Like I said, I'm going to link this after we get done. My sub printer makes things too dark. I have already set the settings. They should be, could it be the ink? It definitely could be. There could be some sort of either one of them's clogged. So if you have an Epson, that's one of the things. So with a Sawgrass, it automatically, you'll hear a machine come on and go, cheep, 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 and it cleans itself. So either you have a clogged line, which all you have to do is just print, which if you ever are trying to clean your lines, always use label or copy paper. Label, laser, or copy paper. Don't waste your sublimation paper when you're needing to do print head cleans. Just pop that in there and print, and that should hopefully clear it up. Let's see here. How long have you been crafting? So I've actually been crafting since I was a little girl. It all started with my mom's best friend making the little pom-pom rings. And then my grandma we made even wreaths out of forks. I've talked about the wreath I made in school with Ziploc bags. And that truly is where I knew when I was a little girl, I wanted to teach. I always wanted to teach third grade, but instead of third grade, I'm definitely teaching all of you guys, which I absolutely love. But I love crafts so much. Let me know when when I go home, I read your guys' stuff. So let me know when you guys started crafting. Let's see here. Do you think the selling market is extremely over? You know what? No, don't ever think that. And let me tell you the one thing I always tell people, the number one thing I'll tell you to sell is sublimation cell phone cases. We have tons and tons of designs. So those patterns that you may see and you think it's for scrapbooking or whatever, you could take those patterns. You can even take our designs. Cell phone cases are so cheap. And people get new phones all of the time. It is a big industry, but it has such big turnaround profit. I love making tumblers. I love making t-shirts. There's lots of them. It just depends on how you market. Like I said, use Pinterest, use your social media platforms. Once you figure out whether you're going to sell on Instagram or one of the marketplaces, make sure you share. It's not going to find itself. You got to use that organic. Let's see here. I think, what do we have? Let's see. What's your favorite thing to craft? Let me tell you. I love everything. Like even down to, I love sometimes even just to paint stuff. Sometimes I even just love to stamp. But when it comes to this stuff, I honestly have to say I love making t-shirts. I'm obsessed with making t-shirts. Whether we're going to be making t-shirts like this right here, which is sublimation with the glitter. We've got videos on all of these things here, or even making sweatshirts like this, right? So for this one right here, this is sublimation on 50/50, and then it is the screen print confetti. But one of my favorite things, I know it's crazy enough, I love to layer HTV. Like I love layering HTV. It just, something about it. I love it. All right, let's see. Great tips. Thank you guys so much. All right, so I think that was our last one. So let's go ahead and get ready for the giveaway. All right, so here we go. Good luck to everybody. I can see we have a lot of people here. So we're going to go ahead and hit draw. So good luck to everybody. Once again, you're going to win this entire bundle. So you can either use it for your business you already have or maybe start a business. Lots of different things you guys can do. Congratulations, Deborah Parker. Thank you so much for watching us over here on YouTube. I am so excited. All you have to do is reach out to mel@designbundles.net. Let them know that you are the lucky winner, and they will add that to your account as soon as possible, and then you can start making all of these crafts. Now, one thing that I want to mention is if you guys are not following us over on our Facebook community group, definitely check that out because that's where you can share your stuff. So say, for example, if you're starting a business and you want to come in and ask us if this t-shirt looks good, come on in, share your photos. We want to hang out with you. We want to, give you some love and tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff too. Lots of different questions and stuff over there. And then make sure you guys are following us over on our Instagram and TikTok as well. We've got a lot of little small videos over there too that's going to give you guys some fun inspiration and fun stuff as well. So I hope you guys have had a great time and learned some new stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.